Hey YouTube and weight loss surgery family, this is Tiffany. I am checking in for my week 6 VSG post-op update. This video will be in two parts. First about me and my numbers, and the second part is dedicated to you and yours. So I will be answering the questions that you left for me in the postings on week 5's update. So let's get right into the numbers, shall we? Because we know that that's what we all like to hear. So I had my surgery on June 23rd, 2014 here in Cincinnati, Ohio with Dr. Trace Curry. I am 5'2" and 42 years old. My highest ever recorded weight was 249 pounds. When I started this process, I was 236 pounds. I lost 6 pounds prior to pre-op diet. I started the pre-op diet at 230 pounds. On the date of surgery, I was 223 pounds. Last week, I came into you at 202 pounds. And this week, lucky I don't have a bullhorn, so let's do drum roll, please. I am coming into you at 198 pounds. Yes, I am in Wonderland, you guys. I made it Saturday at my 6 weeks, and that was my 6-week goal. So that is a 4-pound loss for the week, 25 pounds lost since surgery, and 51 whopping pounds from my highest ever recorded weight. I cannot tell you how elated I am. I am busting out at the seams, literally, because I could not wait to record this video for you. It's such a milestone for me. I can't tell you, well, actually I can. My fiance and I have been together almost 12 years, and when he and I got together, I was 190 pounds, and I was on a diet then, and I probably have not been under 200 pounds, I would say, for the last 11 years that he and I have been together. So, sitting here making my next plans for the next 6 weeks, I think that it's possible that I can hit a loss of 20 pounds, and that will be an average of 3.3 pounds per week for the next 6 weeks, which would put me at the 20 pounds. However, FitnessPal does tell me that if I continue to eat and exercise the way that I have been, I am trending at meeting 182 pounds in 5 weeks, which is 16 pounds. So 6 weeks means that I basically would have to lose 4 pounds in the 6th week. I think it's totally attainable. So that is my next goal. So I am going to move forward to part 2. I have some notes here that I'm looking at. So if you see me looking away, I apologize. I'm trying to be as prepared as possible so that I don't ramble. And if you want to shut the video off at this point, if you're not interested in the questions, then this is probably a good time. So for my new VSGers and those inquiring about the surgery, these were the questions that were asked of me. Was I nervous about having the surgery? Actually, no, I wasn't. I had been inquiring about the surgery for years upon years, and I switched employers about 8 years ago. So my current employer did not cover the surgery when I started them. So basically I had to put off the surgery until my insurance was going to cover it. It just became available this year in January, and I went to my consultation and decided that this was the journey for me. Now, what made me decide this was because I had been on so many diets before and they had all failed for me. It seemed that I would get, you know, like I said, I haven't seen under 200 pounds. When I was successful on LA weight loss over 12 years ago, I saw 190, but I couldn't get under the 190 mark. So I started doing my research probably much like you on YouTube, and I saw the success rate was phenomenal. So I decided that gastric bypass in terms of the RMY was not for me. I was always a little leery about rerouting my intestines and some of the malabsorption and things that come with that surgery, so I decided to go with the sleeve. I did know that that was a newer procedure, but the risks are minimal and the complications are minimal. So I decided to go with it, and I was more anxious and excited than anything. How long did I take off work after surgery? My disability actually pays for both short-term and long-term disability. My surgeon suggested that I take 2 weeks off surgery, even with my lightweight desk duties. However, if your job requires moderate to heavy lifting and moving, then your surgeon will probably excuse you for about 4 weeks after surgery. I wanted to take 2 weeks off surgery after the surgery so that I could get my body acclimated to the diet. Basically, I wanted to be home and have my blender available to me, my strainer available to me, my liquids available to me. So that is why I chose 2 weeks. I probably could have gone back after a week. After about 4 days, I felt normal. So this goes into my next question, which was how did I feel immediately after the surgery? Again, for me, the gas pains were absolutely horrible. I can actually say that the gas pains are worse than the actual surgery itself. I never felt any discomfort as far as my incisions were concerned. I never had any weeping from my incisions. They never pulled, strained. Obviously, if you cough or something like that, it might be a little bit discomfort, but it never was about the actual surgery or me feeling like I was missing a part of my organs or anything like that. It was always the gas. So there was a lot of pressure here on my stomach. The gas sort of rises through your body and tries to work its way out. What's not absorbed in the body, it comes out in the form of burping, as well as some of it also filters out into the shoulder, which some people say it feels like a stroke or a heart attack. And I did have some of that in my shoulder, but it was mostly more pressure on my stomach. Let's see. How do I track my weight loss? Now, this wasn't a direct question for me, but I do think that this is important for you to know. I do weigh myself daily. I am totally obsessed with the scale. I purchased a Weight Watchers scale, so and it's horrible. So I do want to let you know that I would not suggest a Weight Watchers scale. It is not accurate at all. But I tend to weigh myself on both, even if it takes me 3 occasions to weigh myself on the Weight Watchers scale to get somewhat near the electronic scale that I have. And that's because I want to see the 99.1 or whatever, the 199.1 and so on. So I do weigh myself daily, not always on both scales, mostly on just the electronic scale that gives you whole numbers. I record my weight only once a week, which is on Mondays, and that's when I report into you. So whatever the number is, Monday morning is what I report. Now I'm coming to you after midnight on Sunday because I hit Wonderland and I felt with, I was 199.1 on Saturday. However, today I came in at 198 consistently, and even before I made this video after eating. So I do just record whatever that last weight is before I come into you guys. I track my food and fitness on myfitnesspal.com, and I also use the My Weight app to record my weight loss, and that's how I'm able to track what my loss has been from my highest ever recorded weight. Each Monday I record that, and my weight gives you the total of what you've lost and predicts how soon you'll lose the weight. So my current prediction is that I will be at goal by February. Now, I think that that's totally off, because my highest ever recorded weight was 1 year ago. I did lose 13 pounds prior to any of my pre-op appointments, and I did that by drinking green smoothies. So I went on DrOz.com, picked up some of the detox smoothie recipes, and I worked those into my diet every day. And I was really forced to lose the weight because my back went out. I had a slip disc, and I knew that weight was the issue, so I really did my best. And once I hit that 249, that 250 mark was just the end for me. I just did not want to see that number, so I had already started working on my weight prior to any surgery inquiries. I also manually journal on my calendar, and I only do this, you know, my goals and my weekly losses, and that's just in case I break my phone, lose my phone, or something to that effect. I always have a visual, and I like to have tangible things, so I probably overdo it, but that's what works for me. Now, what foods does my sleeve like? I love shrimp, and I love seafood, so I'm constantly, you know, buying the frozen bags of shrimp, throwing those, you know, sauteing those with vegetables, throwing those in the microwave. I love it. So I eat about 4 ounces of shrimp, which I think is about 9 to 10 shrimp, and those are the Kroger shrimp. This the small ones, and I'm totally full. So I do try to incorporate some spinach, tomatoes, onions, you know, normal things that you would saute with, but I focus primarily on my protein, as you should. You should always eat that first. And sometimes I'll grab a little bite of whatever with the shrimp so that I can get the full flavor, but I don't always eat all the sides. I try not to incorporate any additional carbs that are added. So I don't add potatoes, rice, noodles. Very seldom do I, and I'll get into that. But primarily just vegetables and protein are in my diet. I do occasionally add protein shakes into my diet. Now, it is on my plan to have 2 protein shakes a day. So 2 Atkins shakes or Premiers or whatnot, whatever you want to work into your schedule is fine with you. But I get majority of my protein from lean meats, such as the chicken, fish. I have tried beef, and it's fine for me. It makes me feel extra full. I can probably only get down 2 ounces, but I do have occasional shakes. I do not drink them every day. Now, I don't recommend that you follow the regimen that I am, because this works for me. Now, what I do is I supplement the New Way protein, liquid protein shots. And those were the shots that I showed you that I purchased from Walmart for $15.50, I believe it was, for a pack of 6. And they contain 42 grams of protein, which is half the protein need for a day. I do ingest those every night before I go work out. And if I don't plan to work out that day, I do incorporate it somewhere in my diet, either before or after dinner. Because it's a beverage, I try to time it 30 minutes, either before or after I eat, just to make sure that I do get in my full regimen of protein that day. So that is why I do not drink 2 shakes a day. So let's see. I also have a list of items that I enjoy on the go. I love the Star-Kissed tuna packs that come in the flavors, and I showed you that during the parade diet. I love guacamole. Laughing Cow Cheese Light. Oh, it's my favorite. The Swiss is the bomb. Okay. Cottage cheese and applesauce. So I grabbed these items on the run. Now I think, I can't recall. My memory is so bad right now, you guys. I think this is my last week of soft foods, but I have incorporated protein bars into my diet. So I can post a website if you're interested. My doctor does sell the OptiFast and MetaFast and some other proteins supplements like pasta, protein pasta, soups, shakes, beverages, protein bars, things like that. So for $188, it was 2 weeks worth. But obviously I'm not ingesting those every single day. So it lasts me for longer than a month. But I do incorporate some of those other protein items. There's like coffee or hot chocolate. That's 15 grams of protein. So if you are interested in that website, I'm sure that you can purchase from him. Now, this week I think I'm going to indulge in some of the Oscar Mayer protein snacks. I've heard there are a lot of calories and sodium, but they do have a tremendous amount of protein in them, as well as the Lunchables. The Lunchables are only about 120 calories and excellent protein, and they're easy to burn off. So if you want to eat those before and after a workout, is what someone suggested to me on Instagram. So have I experienced any stalls? Knock on wood. No, I have not. Now, my scale does not always move during the week. And by this, I'm sure that you know, on Mondays when I weigh, on Tuesdays, Wednesday, I may weigh the same thing. Actually, my trend is I can probably go, you know, through midweek, Thursday to, I don't know, Wednesday through maybe Friday or Saturday before I actually see the scale drop. I was, let me see, 200 pounds after I talked to you last week. I was 200 pounds by Wednesday, and I held on to that 200 pounds until Saturday. And like I said today, Saturday I came in at 199.1, and today I came in at 198. So I lost 0.9 over the evening, and I didn't even work out yesterday. So rest is extremely important. You have to get your sleep, and I'm always advocating sleep because I never get any. Obviously, I'm making this video at midnight and I have to be at work at 7 a.m. So I don't get enough sleep during the week. And that's why I think that my weight loss is stalled during the week. But I don't truly call it a stall as long as my scale is moving. So as long as I come in on Monday with some sort of weight loss, I do not record that as a stall. Now, maybe we want to call it a mini stall. And in my mind, yes, it is a mini stall. So what do I do to get out of this? I am not going to suggest this to you because I am not your physician, but I am going to tell you what works for me and other VSGers. I shake up my diet. And by that, you guys, I mean that I eat something that I am not always supposed to eat. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is good for you, but it's high in fat and it's high in calories. But I will make a half peanut butter sandwich and indulge in that 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Yes, I will. And I have been known over the last couple of weeks to eat a little bit of chocolate. Now, my boyfriend had some chocolate covered peanuts. It was a bag. It probably had 3 servings in it. And I probably had 2 of those little nuggets of chocolate covered peanuts. I chewed the hell out of it and I ate it and I enjoyed every single moment of it. But you know what? Yes, it might be taking a risk. It has very little protein and any nutritional value in it, but it works for me. It shakes up my system for whatever reason. I go work out, and the next day I get on the scale and I'm 2 pounds lighter. Now, like I said, I know that that doesn't work for every single person. I've heard people on here say that they've cut out their Quest bars and they've cut out their protein drinks and they've thrown junk food in their diet. I do not do this every day. I do not do this every week. It just depends on how my weight loss is going and if I need to see that scale move. So I'm going to try to cut this a little bit shorter for you guys because it is turning into a 20-minute video. But I just have a couple more things to go into with you. So my workouts. I do try to work out 3 to 5 times a week. Mostly for no less than an hour. Now, lately, I've been more like 3 times a week than 5 times a week because, like I said, I did start back to work and I am in office. So that's hectic for me. Once I get home, I'm like, I have to have a nap. And it just depends on how I feel when I get up. And that's just a stress reliever for me. So, but I do keep it moving. So I work out when I'm cleaning the house. I put my music on. I work out in the yard. If I'm going grocery shopping or shopping in general or just out with my girls, I go dancing, which I very seldom go out. But, you know, when I do, I try to keep my body moving. And when I go out shopping, I do park, you know, quite a distance away so that I have to walk extra distance into the store. So, you know, that's just my rule of thumb, is just to keep your body moving, keep it doing something, because I've watched people lose this weight or lose the weight and keep it off and not have to do much at all. But you have to know your body. So I know my body. I know my body because I've always thought that I was big or obese or fat or whatever you want to call it. But I've become stagnant in my older age. I used to run track. I used to be on drill teams. So I know my body and I know that I have to work out in order to lose this weight. I will lose inches like crazy. You saw my 1-month video, and I will lose mass inches, but my body builds muscle pretty fast, and I do know that about my body. So, but that can hinder me later on because I might experience stalls because I built more muscle, you know, in terms of, you know, muscle weighs more than fat. So I might stall at 180 pounds, and I've known myself to do that. You know, from way back when I used to be under 200. So you do have to work out with this lifestyle change, is what I'm going to call it. So I am going to just leave you with 10 important rules that your doctor will probably give you. My doctor gave me. If you need a copy of these, just email me. I'll be happy to send you my diet and everything that I was on during my liquid phase, parade stage, and soft food stage, as well as these 10 rules. So, do not drink while you are eating and wait 30 minutes before and after you consume your fluids. Eat 5 to 6 planned mini meals throughout the day. Do not eat between your planned meals. Eat slowly, chew thoroughly. Use an egg timer between bites if you need to. Stop eating as soon as you feel full. Keep carbs less than 50 to 60 grams per day. Eat only good quality foods. Drink enough fluids during the day, at least 48 to 64 ounces per day. Drink only low, preferably 0-calorie drinks between meals, and exercise at least 30 minutes 5 times a week. So these are successful rules that the doctors have established for those who have been successful. So they obviously know what they're talking about. So I just want to leave you with that. I hope that I answered your questions, and I hope to continue to come in with great numbers on the next few weeks to come. Also, I'm so sorry. I am also going to do a giveaway. So please leave me some comments below so that I can put your name in a hat and let you know who won the giveaway during my week 7 update, because it's so fitting that I would be in Wonderland and I met my 100 subscriber goal as well. So please leave me some comments, something, anything. I want it, send it to me, whatever, so that I can send you something in the mail and announce your name next week. So I love you guys. Smooches. Bye.